What's going on, guys? It's William, and today we're going to talk about house hacking. What is it, and can you actually live for free? Well, let's figure out together. Let's dive into it. And if we're just meeting, my name is William Dauria. I'm a professional real estate investor becoming financially free by age 32 years old. I invest in single family, multifamily, and commercial units as well, and I currently have 15 tenants as of this video. So for the general population, housing costs is the single most expensive expense somebody has monthly. But what about I told you it could be zero and you still own the house you live in? Crazy, right? See, when I first heard about this concept, a light bulb went off. Ding! And I was like, no way. I wish I knew about this when I was much younger, and I could have been taking advantage of this for the last 10 years. And see, the basic truth is multifamily properties are not considered by most home buyers. Now, I'm not sure exactly why. Maybe it's because of the shared yard, or, oh my gosh, I don't want to be a landlord. We'll talk about that in a minute. But generally, they're never looked at or even thought about by home buyers. Did you know that you could buy a single family such as this one, a duplex such as this one, a triplex? Sorry, that's the best triplex I could have possibly found. It's not even in the United States. It was the only one I could find that wasn't copyrighted, forgive me. And you're gonna like this one. And a quadplex. Yep, that is me on paint. Definitely not copyrighted, and couldn't find one at all to use. So there is your quadplex drawing for this video. Okay, so moving on. So basically, why do I even mention that? Single, 2-door, 3-door, and 4 doors, because you can go up to and you can purchase up to 4 doors on a property. Basically a quadplex, okay, just like in the picture, through a regular bank, get a Fannie and Freddie loan at the already low interest rate you were already going to pay on the single family to begin with. But you might be saying, I was only looking at a $150,000 house. That house is $300,000, $400,000. Here's the great part about this. So the banks will actually look at the property that you're interested in, and then they'll run an analysis on it. And then some banks will actually consider your future income as revenue. See, every property is going to rent at a certain price, whether it's a lower price or a higher price. Every property will get a tenant at the right price, and the banks will know what that price is by using their analysis. So basically, if you were looking at a $150,000 house, you might actually be able to qualify for a $300,000 or $400,000 quadplex. Now you might be asking yourself, why in the world would I want to have a mortgage payment that high in the first place when I was only looking at something half that price? Here's the beauty of it. Let's go through the numbers. Okay, so let's assume you went with the quadplex, okay? And it was $300,000, the quadplex is 4, and it was $300,000, okay? You put down your minimum payment, which is 3%, which comes out to $9,000. Now, your interest rate, we'll just assume is gonna be 3.5%. Right now, at this particular video, 3.5% is actually really fair. Sometimes it's actually lower. I just got off the phone with a banker about an hour ago, and my refi was like 3.1. So we'll just say 3.5. In the future, don't blast me, please, if you see this video in like 2022 and rates are like, 12%. I hope they're not. Okay, so we'll also assume that you have a 30-year fixed note. Now, you could go with a 15, but we'll stick with a 30 for now. And your property taxes annually are $7,500. I know you guys are freaking out. Oh my gosh, it's so much higher than I thought. Here in Collin County in North Texas, our taxes are really, really high. Now, if you live in Los Angeles or Manhattan, it's gonna be even higher, but for majority of Americans, it's actually gonna be lower than that. So the number I'm about to give you is actually higher than what you most likely would be paying on average. Insurances are gonna run you about $1,600 a year here. That's here in North Texas. Other places could be more expensive, I hear. And then we're also gonna factor in $200 a month for just everyday repairs, and I say everyday, hopefully not every day, but just general repairs that come up. So $200 a month, and a lot of months you won't have any repairs, and then some months are really, really big, and it all kind of evens out in the wash. So $200 a month is what we're gonna come out with. So basically, we're gonna come out to a monthly payment of $2,471. Now, before you freak out, I wanna show you something else. So check out this picture. This is that quadplex that you bought. You live in door number 1. Door number 2, 3, and 4 are all 3 rented for $1,000 each. Now, let me bust out the calculator. 1,000 plus 1,000 plus 1,000 is $3,000 per month in income. Now, what you might be thinking now is, I don't want to be a landlord like I was saying. I don't want to fix toilets. I don't want to work on sinks. I don't want to I get it, guys. You don't have to do the stuff yourself. See, I don't know how to do any of that. I have 15 tenants, nor have I ever done any of that. So there's something called a property manager, and I'm gonna do another video on this later, but a property manager is somebody that will literally step into your shoes and actually do your job for you. They'll literally find a tenant for you, and then they'll run a background check, make sure they work, they'll place it in your house, they'll even take pictures and put it on like Zillow and Trula, and they'll do all that for you. If any repairs come up, your phone doesn't even ring. It goes to them, and they're automatically authorized, at least on my term, to do up to a $300 repair, okay? So as long as it's under $300, my phone doesn't even ring. I don't even know about it. At the end of the month, they'll send me a statement with a couple things that need to be done, and then that's that. So you can hire a property manager. They typically run between 9, 10, 11% per month of the collected rent. So that's another perk about the property management, because they only get paid when they collect. Do you think they're gonna fight for their money? Absolutely. Also, a property manager is fantastic about getting you as much money for that door as possible, because they get paid percentage of the rent per month. Do you think they want it to be higher or lower? They absolutely want it to be higher. One time I had a house, I was renting for $1,000 a month, and I was doing it on my own. I hired a property manager. They got it listed for $1,100 a month and rented it. So essentially, instead of renting it out for $1,000 a month, I was renting it for $1,100 a month, and that little bit of extra I was giving to the property manager. So I was getting about the same thing, except for I was out of the picture. They were doing everything for me, and I can use this to scale my business indefinitely when I don't have to be, you know, under a sink with a wrench, for instance. So basically, you're looking at over $500 per month cash flow, and you are living for free. So not only are you living for free, but you're getting paid to live there, and you own the property. But it gets even sweeter than that, because I did not include your principal pay down. That's right. When a tenant pays you, or all 3 tenants for this matter, what they're actually doing is not only are they giving you the excess cash flow that there may or may not be depending on the deal you find, but your principal pay down goes directly towards your net worth. This does not include any appreciation on the property, which is typically 3 to 4% per year. Also, these sweet tax deductions that we can take advantage of here in the United States, such as mortgage and interest deductions, and also a sweet thing called depreciation. Talk to your CPA, but 18.5 years divided by the property, so 300,000 divided by 18.5 years, you get to automatically take that right off the top of your taxes that are supposed to be due every year, just due to wear and tear and depreciation. Now, we all know that depreciation is kind of a mythical being, that the house really doesn't depreciate. However, the IRS here in the United States allows you to deduct depreciation on a house, even though it's most likely appreciating in value. Now, special note, this will not work on every single duplex you find, triplex you find, or quadplex you find. You might have to, well, kiss a bunch of frogs before you really find the one that really works for you. Not only because you're gonna be living in there, but it's also gonna be your investment that you're eventually gonna move out. You're gonna be building even more cash flow, and you're gonna hold for the long term. See, it's better to get a property in a better location, pay a little bit more for it, and really take advantage of good tenants and good appreciation. So in my opinion, the best ones to look for are the properties that are already vacant, that need some cosmetic updates so you can put what's called forced appreciation into the property, quickly put rents right where they need to be, and get good quality tenants in. That's all I have for this video, guys. If you guys haven't already, consider like and subscribing. I make several videos per week all about real estate investing and personal finance. Until then, thanks for watching, guys.